I created a $27.5 million crypto company, all while my family doubted my ambitions. That internet money of yours will never amount to anything real, my dad remarked, the sound of his beer bottle meeting my uncle's resonating in the air. The backyard was filled with joyous laughter. I'm Alex Carter. I am 27 years old. For the past 6 years, I've been crafting blockchain solutions from the intimate confines of my one-bedroom apartment in Tulsa. My family never truly grasped it, nor did they make an effort to. Each reunion unfolded like a familiar story. Gentle inquiries regarding the timing of my transition into a fulfilling career, accompanied by crypto jokes that lost their charm long ago. I smiled and nodded, just as I always did, a familiar gesture filled with warmth. Allow them to find amusement. The notification I received yesterday lingered in my thoughts, a persistent warmth that refused to fade away. The European company's ultimate proposal for acquisition. $27.5 million for my enhancement. Guideline. After 6 years filled with long days, simple meals, and the lessons drawn from each setback, I found myself at this pivotal moment. Do you understand, my dear? My dad continued, his voice softening to a whisper meant just for me. Simon mentions that there are always opportunities available at the dealership. There are delightful advantages as well. I savored another sip of my beer, my gaze drifting to my brother-in-law Simon across the yard, as he proudly displayed his new watch, a testament to his success in selling luxury cars. He captured my gaze and offered that familiar, understanding glance that always stirred something within me. As I made my way home under the night sky, my phone vibrated softly, breaking the stillness of the moment. A message from my sister Laura. Let Dad be. His concern for you runs deep. I let the phone slip from my fingers, landing softly on the passenger seat, silence enveloping the moment. What remained unspoken would leave them untouched. Not at this moment, it seems. Upon returning home, I felt compelled to glance at my laptop once again. The wire transfer lingered in anticipation. By Monday morning, I would possess a wealth that surpasses all those gathered at that barbecue, intertwining my fortune with the warmth of their camaraderie. I shut the laptop and gazed out the window, lost in thought. After so long, a gentle sense of tranquility washed over me. At the age of 14, I immersed myself in the world of coding, leaning over a second-hand laptop that my mother had lovingly picked up at a garage sale. I would linger in the quiet hours until the early morning, absorbing every piece of knowledge that beckoned to me. My parents believed it was merely a fleeting moment, akin to my short-lived fascination with the stars or the thrill of skateboarding. They would reassure each other, saying he would eventually move past this phase, as relatives inquired about my solitary hours spent behind closed doors. Yet, I find that it still lingers within me. I completed my high school journey, earned a partial scholarship to a state college, and chose to immerse myself in the world of computer science. Everyone anticipated that I would tread the familiar route, embarking on an internship, stepping into an entry-level coding role, taking it slow, and gradually ascending the corporate ladder. Instead, I chose to leave during my junior year when I recognized the captivating potential of blockchain technology. For 3 long months, my father and I shared a silence that felt heavy and unyielding. My mother shed tears. Laura attempted to bridge the gap, yet ultimately withdrew her support for my decisions during family gatherings. I simply can't grasp why you would let go of a degree, my dad remarked when he finally began to engage with me once more. Your grandfather dedicated 4 decades of his life to the oil fields, all for the hope and dreams of his children pursuing their education. I attempted to share my thoughts, delving into the essence of decentralized finance, the allure of bypassing intermediaries, and the promise of secure transactions that lie ahead. Their eyes softened and drifted away in mere moments, prompting me to retreat to my apartment, where I immersed myself in creation. As my friends celebrated love, settled into homes, and shared snapshots of their adventures, I found myself immersed in a world of late nights fueled by energy drinks and takeout. unraveling intricate challenges and crafting solutions that had yet to be imagined. The initial indication that a transformation was underway appeared 8 months ago. After sharing my white paper on a new blockchain protocol, my inbox blossomed with messages from eager venture capitalists just 3 days later. Rachel from Vertex Capital reached out to request a meeting. "Your optimization algorithm is truly remarkable," she remarked softly during the video call. "Have you thought about the value this might hold?" I had not. I found myself immersed in a challenge that captivated my thoughts. 3 weeks after that call, an enticing acquisition offer found its way to me. $3 million. I chose to decline it. 6 weeks passed, and the sum reached $8 million. I declined that as well. It was then that Laura's voice graced the air. She mentioned that Dad is facing some health challenges. "It's not too grave at the moment, but there may be a need for surgery as the year unfolds." I inquired if they required any financial assistance. She paused, a flicker of uncertainty in her eyes, before softly assuring him that they would find a way. As I ended the call, my gaze lingered on the latest offer in my inbox. $15 million, and an unexpected emptiness washed over me. What was the purpose of unraveling challenges if I couldn't address the ones that lingered in my own heart? Just 2 days before the family reunion, I found myself seated across from 5 executives in a virtual meeting room, the atmosphere charged with anticipation. After 6 rounds of negotiations, they had arrived at their ultimate proposal, $27.5 million, accompanied by a 2-year consulting contract that offers an additional $180,000 each year. "We kindly request your response today, Mr. Granger," the CEO expressed. I requested just an hour, strolled through my neighborhood, where the warm aroma of grilling wafted from yards, and laughter echoed as children played basketball in the driveways. Everyday existence. Lives that shine brightly, the kind that would resonate with my parents and earn their approval. Upon returning to my apartment, I signed the contract and gently closed my laptop, feeling a wave of satisfaction wash over me. That should have been a moment of deep celebration. Instead, I experienced a profound sense of void. After 6 years of dedication and effort, I found myself with a wealth beyond my wildest dreams. Yet the joy of this achievement felt incomplete without someone by my side who could truly appreciate the journey I had taken. At the reunion, as I observed my family sharing laughter over internet money, a realization washed over me. They weren't teasing me. It was clear they felt indifferent. They were acting in ways that eluded their understanding of my perspective. They inhabited a realm where achievement shimmered like the gleaming watch on Simon's wrist or the esteemed management role held by my cousin Noah. I found myself contemplating whether to share my thoughts with them. I thought about reaching for my phone to reveal the pending transfer. As my dad handed me another beer, his hand resting on my shoulder with a blend of warmth and unspoken concern, I chose to hold back. This had transcended the need to prove anything to anyone. This was focused on a different matter altogether, a realization that was softly unfolding within me. As I journeyed home, I found myself drawn to a picturesque overlook that offered a breathtaking view of the city below. The lights of Tulsa spread out below, shimmering like a delicate tapestry woven with care. In that moment, I found clarity and made a choice that felt profound. I would approach things in a new way. There are no declarations, no desire for retribution, and no need for vindication. In that moment, I chose to embrace a new beginning by opening my banking app and creating a private account just for myself. After that, I crafted a list of names. My parents, Laura, her daughter Ava, and my uncle Victor, who faced the challenges of losing his job last year. Even Simon. I felt a deep certainty about my intentions, a quiet thrill in knowing that none would ever suspect my hand in it. A month after the acquisition, I found myself in the company of a financial advisor in Oklahoma City, a poised woman named Clara who had a talent for navigating the complexities of newfound wealth. "Many individuals in your situation seek to create a lasting impression," she remarked, examining my intentions. Acquire a grand estate, a luxurious vehicle, and let the world witness their success. That isn't who I am, I responded. She smiled softly. I can feel that. We established a number of discreet charitable trusts and family support funds. I held on to my cozy apartment, my well-loved Honda, and the comforting rhythm of my daily life. The sole transformation was the comforting realization that my family would be shielded from financial struggles forevermore. They would remain blissfully unaware of my presence in it all. 3 weeks later, Laura's voice trembled as she called, her emotions spilling over in quiet sobs. Ava is in need of braces. My father is facing the need for surgery. She mentioned that they have just altered Simon's commission structure at work. I'm feeling lost, Alex. I could lend a hand, I suggested, fully aware that I would cover all the costs. Thank you, however. She lingered, caught in a moment of uncertainty. Father prefers to stand on his own, particularly when it comes to receiving help from you. He believes it's important for you to concentrate on securing a stable job rather than pursuing your interests in crypto. That pierced deeper than I anticipated. What words did you share with him? She confessed that she had promised herself not to inquire. I'm reaching out because I find myself in a moment of longing. Once the call ended, I lingered in the warmth of our exchange, letting it wash over me for what felt like an eternity. My father would choose to endure hardship rather than accept my support, believing that I was not succeeding. The irony was nearly overwhelming. The following day, Laura reached out once more, her emotions a blend of confusion and exhilaration. This is something you have to hear to believe. A foundation reached out regarding a community grant designed to support families facing medical challenges. They are taking care of every aspect of Dad's surgery. That's incredible, I remarked, feeling a deep connection to the foundation that had come to life just yesterday, thanks to a single anonymous benefactor, myself. And you won't believe it. Ava has earned a full orthodontic scholarship through her school. It was said that someone had generously provided it especially for the children in her grade. It seems as though fortune is beginning to smile upon you. Laura lingered for a moment. It feels a bit unusual, doesn't it? Is everything unfolding simultaneously? Occasionally, wonderful moments simply unfold, I remarked. 2 days later, my phone glowed softly with a message from Simon. Hey, have you heard about the farm? For years, my grandfather's farm faced the weight of tax troubles, casting a shadow over its once vibrant fields. My father and his siblings poured their hearts into saving it, yet they often found themselves just a little short of the necessary funds. What do you think of it? I responded with a message. An anonymous benefactor has graciously settled all the outstanding taxes. Your father is quite anxious. A warm smile graced my lips as I typed. That's wonderful news. As I joined the intimate family gathering to honor the preservation of our farm, I observed my father, his eyes glistening with emotion, as he offered a heartfelt toast about our family's legacy and the wonders of life. Whispers filled the air as curiosity swirled around the enigmatic figure behind their unexpected fortune. Perhaps it was Noah, my aunt hinted softly. He's thriving in that management role. Noah gently shook his head, a soft sigh escaping his lips. I longed to claim that moment as my own. Perhaps it's one of those tech billionaires engaging in spontaneous gestures of goodwill, Simon suggested. My father gazed at me from across the table. It was certainly not Alex's internet money. He chuckled softly, the laughter carrying a gentler warmth this time. I lifted my glass in unison with the others, allowing silence to envelop the moment. 3 months after the acquisition, I found myself on the phone with Rachel from Vertex Capital. She whispered that they were embracing your protocol sooner than anticipated. The outcomes surpass our expectations. Your earnout bonus has just experienced a remarkable increase, now 3 times its original amount. In an instant, my value soared once more. The original $27.5 million had gracefully evolved to nearly $40 million. I expressed my gratitude and ended the call, then found myself gazing at the familiar wall of my unaltered apartment. That evening, My mother reached out to extend an invitation for dinner. "It feels like ages since you last visited," she said softly, "and your dad has something on his mind that he wishes to share with you." As I stepped into my childhood home, an unusual tension hung in the air, enveloping me in a wave of nostalgia and unspoken emotions. My dad chose the moment after dinner to share what had been weighing on his heart. "I've been reflecting," he murmured, his fingers tracing the fabric of his napkin. "Your dedication to this crypto journey has spanned many years. Perhaps there is a deeper layer to this than I initially perceived." I gently placed my coffee on the table. "What shifted your perspective?" He confessed that he had been exploring it, catching me off guard. In the wake of all these extraordinary events unfolding within our family, I find myself pondering the possibility of unseen forces guiding our journey, weaving a tapestry of mystery and wonder that we have yet to comprehend. My mother gave a gentle nod. "Your father believes that technology could be one of those powerful influences. Perhaps we've been hasty in overlooking the depth of what you offer." A tightness began to rise in my throat. "Is that so?" "I still find it a bit elusive," my dad said, "but I would love to grasp it better if you're open to sharing it once more." For the next hour, I guided them gently through the fundamentals of blockchain. My dad posed questions that were surprisingly deep and reflective. My mother captured every detail. It was the deepest engagement they had ever expressed towards my work. As I was departing, my father accompanied me to my vehicle. "My dear boy, I realize I've been tough on you," he murmured softly. "I felt a deep concern that you might be letting precious moments slip through your fingers. These past few months have stirred deep reflections on what truly matters. It's not about the position you hold or the wealth you accumulate. It's the essence of connection." I nodded, my voice caught in the depths of my emotions. "No matter the outcome of this crypto venture, I want you to feel the warmth of my pride for your unwavering commitment to your beliefs. That requires a certain bravery." As I made my way home, a surprising revelation washed over me. In my efforts to support my family while remaining humble about my achievements, I unknowingly offered my dad something far more precious than mere financial assistance. I had allowed him the space to embrace the essence of who I truly am in his own time. The following morning, Laura's voice graced my phone once more. "Alex, there's an unusual feeling in the air," she murmured, her voice soft and intimate. "Simon feels that there is a gentle presence supporting our family from the shadows." What could have led him to that conclusion? So many serendipitous moments. The medical fund, Ava's braces, the farm taxes. Out of the blue, he received an enticing offer for a position at a new dealership, promising not just better pay, but a fresh start filled with potential. There's a delicate dance happening behind the scenes. I maintained a calm and even tone. "Perhaps a new chapter is unfolding for you. Simon feels that it could be you," she said with a directness that lingered in the air. "He mentions that you've been exhibiting a change, a serene quality, as if you've found a sense of peace that eases your burdens." That took me by surprise. "Is it me? With what resources?" "That's what I mentioned," Laura chuckled, "unless your online fortune has finally come to fruition." I shifted the conversation, yet once we ended the call, it dawned on me that I had misjudged Simon. Though he made his living selling cars, he possessed an innate ability to understand the depths of those around him. For the first time, I found myself questioning whether remaining in the shadows was truly the best choice. 5 months after the acquisition deal was signed, I found myself in Clara's presence once more, seeking to evaluate my financial strategy. She mentioned that the anonymous approach is proving effective, yet there is a concern regarding sustainable giving. Your family is beginning to sense the rhythm of your actions. I inclined my head in agreement. There's an air of doubt surrounding my brother-in-law. Clara shared that there are choices to consider. Proceed discreetly, allowing for more distance between the offerings. Establish a formal family trust with conditions regarding confidentiality, or simply share the truth with them. I took my time before responding. Every path held its own allure. "What is it that keeps you from sharing your feelings with them?" she inquired softly. I found myself uncertain, I confessed softly. "Initially, I hesitated to showcase my feelings openly. Now, I find myself apprehensive that it could alter everything. She nodded in understanding. After deep reflection, I chose a balanced approach. I would establish a family trust, unveiling my role slowly, beginning with the individual I hold dearest, confident in their ability to cherish and safeguard the information. The following day, I asked Laura to join me at a cozy coffee shop in the heart of downtown. "You're making me uneasy," she whispered as she stepped in. "This moment feels unexpected, doesn't it?" I gently pushed a folder across the table. "Please take a moment to consider this." As she opened it, a shadow crossed her face, her brow furrowing at the sight of the legal documents within. "What is it that captivates my gaze?" "It's a dedicated fund for Ava's education, completely supported." Laura's eyes sparkled with intrigue as she turned the pages, each one revealing a world of wonder. "This represents a vast fortune." "Alex, what have you done? Offer substances?" "No, I found it amusing." "Do you recall the project I was working on with blockchain? The one that sparked laughter among all?" A soft realization illuminated her expression. "You captured it beautifully." I gave a gentle nod. 5 months ago, for the sum of $27.5 million. Laura's coffee cup lingered in the air, suspended in a moment that felt both electric and timeless. "Whisper those words once more." I shared all the details. The embrace of something new, the agreement for consulting services, the secret offerings. As I reached the end, I noticed Laura gently shaking her head, a look of disbelief washing over her features. "During all this time, as your father extended his hand to help you find a meaningful career, I found myself pondering how to support everyone around me, all while keeping the focus away from my own needs," I shared. "You leave me in awe," she said. Yet, her smile lingered. "What compels you to share this with me at this moment?" "Your assistance is truly needed. I'm establishing a more expansive family trust, but I prefer to keep it understated, avoiding any grand declarations. I believe it's more important for everyone to grasp the purpose of the money and its origins before they learn about the amount itself." Laura leaned in, her fingers gently wrapping around mine, a warm connection sparking between us. "You have always been the subtle, intricate soul." In the weeks that followed, Laura guided me in establishing a solid foundation. She softly brought up stories of triumph in the world of blockchain to our parents. She turned to Simon during dinner, inviting him to share his thoughts on cryptocurrency. In that moment, I seized the chance to contribute my own insights, capturing my father's attention in a way that felt transformative. We gathered for a family financial planning session, cloaked in the guise of contemplating the farm's future. I sought the guidance of an advisor, not Clara, but rather someone who could share insights on trusts and estate planning in a more general sense. Everything was beginning to align beautifully. My family was gradually starting to recognize cryptocurrency as something real, and me as a person who might truly understand it. The last piece of my plan fell into place when Laura casually brought up that Ava's middle school was organizing a career day. "Would you be willing to share your thoughts on the experience of being a developer?" she inquired, her gaze holding a depth that spoke volumes. It was an exquisite moment waiting to unfold. Career Day at Ava's school arrived precisely 6 months after I had finalized the acquisition deal. Laura had thoughtfully arranged for my parents to be there, offering their support to Ava. Simon awakened, intrigued by the words that might escape my lips. I found myself standing in front of a room filled with eager 12-year-olds and their attentive parents, and I started with a gentle simplicity. 6 years ago, I made the decision to leave college behind, pursuing a path that felt deeply personal, yet remained a mystery to my family. They believed I was choosing the wrong path. I cast a fleeting look at my parents. They cared deeply for me. The students appeared disinterested, while the adults were fully engaged in the conversation. I was crafting a blockchain protocol, a means to enhance the speed and security of cryptocurrency transactions. On most days, uncertainty lingered in my mind about whether it would truly come together. I savored a delightful abundance of ramen. I found myself absent from family gatherings, lost in the intricate dance of debugging code. There were whispers and laughter about my digital fortune. A handful of children exchanged knowing glances, their laughter lingering in the air. A soft smile graced my lips. Half a year ago, I parted ways with my company, a journey that culminated in a remarkable $27.5 million. The atmosphere became thick with stillness. I witnessed the moment my father's expression shifted in surprise. My mom's hand gently covered her mouth. Simon's eyes sparkled with surprise. Yet, that isn't the essence of the tale, I went on. What truly matters is that success often unfolds in unexpected forms. Sometimes, the individual in the aged Honda, dressed in the same attire they've cherished for years, is quietly crafting something extraordinary. I concluded my presentation with the heartfelt announcement of a technology grant for the school, a gift from my own hands. To guarantee that each student could embrace the opportunity to explore the world of computers and coding classes, should they desire to do so. As I descended from the podium, Ava rushed toward me and enveloped me in a warm embrace. That was truly wonderful, Uncle Alex. My parents moved toward me with a gentle hesitation, as if caught in a dream. 27.5 million, my dad murmured softly. My dear, is that really the case? In fact, it has now reached nearly $42 million, including the earn-out bonuses, I responded. My mother began to weep softly. My dad seemed to share that same quality. He spoke of the farm taxes. Ava's smile, adorned with braces, carries a unique charm. The procedure I underwent. I gave a soft nod. Was that truly you? I felt a deep desire to offer my assistance, I expressed softly. In a subtle and understated way. Simon moved closer, reaching out with an inviting hand. I sensed a shift in the air. I never anticipated it would be like this. He gently shook his head, a soft laugh escaping his lips. I've been presenting you with opportunities in the car dealership world. They were enticing proposals, I remarked, as I gently clasped his hand. This simply isn't the journey meant for me. 2 weeks after career day, I found myself assisting my parents as they settled into their new home. A cozy yet unpretentious space, conveniently located near Laura and Ava, designed to ease my dad's journey after his surgery, free from the burden of stairs. I had acquired it through the family trust, with their complete awareness this time. My dad remarked, a hint of curiosity in his voice, as we carefully unpacked boxes in his new garage. I still don't quite grasp what it is you created. Yet, I find myself on a journey of discovery. That was all I ever desired, I confessed to him. He lingered, cradling a box of worn fishing gear in his hands. I regret that I missed the beauty of what you were creating. You were unaware of the depths that lay beneath. Indeed, he consented. Yet, I find myself wishing I could have placed my trust in you more deeply. As the sun began to set, the entire family came together for a warm dinner on the back patio, the air filled with laughter and connection. Simon spoke with a spark in his eyes about the coding classes he had eagerly enrolled in. It's always the right time to embrace new abilities, he whispered. Laura had left behind the weight of her demanding accounting job to embark on a new journey, fueled by the support of my seed funding for her own practice. She was already guiding other families through their financial struggles with a gentle touch. Ava was guiding my mom through the delicate process of purchasing her first Bitcoin on a smartphone app. As I observed them, a profound change seemed to resonate within me. Indeed, the money had transformed our situation. Yet, what had truly changed was something profound. A deep appreciation blossomed within me, not solely for my achievements, but for the myriad journeys that lead to fulfillment. I quietly stepped away from the gathering, making my way to the tranquil edge of the yard. The sun dipped low over Tulsa, casting a warm glow of oranges and purples across the sky, evoking a sense of wonder and tranquility. A gentle vibration from my phone signaled an email from Rachel. A different company expressed interest in my consulting services, offering 3 times my current rate for a conversation. I slipped the phone back into my pocket, choosing silence over words. It can linger until the dawn breaks. Is everything all right? My father had stepped outside after me. I'm simply savoring the experience, I replied. He nodded, a new depth of understanding reflected in his gaze. Your grandfather would have felt a deep sense of pride, not about the wealth, of the unwavering spirit. I discovered that through you. I confessed to him with sincerity. He draped his arm around my shoulders, a gesture that once felt unfamiliar, but now flowed effortlessly between us. Return to the table, he invited softly. Your mother is curious about whether she should consider purchasing Ethereum next. I laughed softly and returned to the family that had always been mine. Yet now they seemed to truly notice me.